The Vatican's involvement in the colonization of Africa is deeply rooted in a series of papal bulls, or decrees, that helped justify the European conquest of African lands and people in the 15th and 16th centuries. These bulls, which are part of the doctrine of discovery, granted European powers legal and religious permission to seize lands, enslave indigenous peoples, and impose Christian rule. Here are the key papal bulls that facilitated the colonization of Africa. Dum Diversas, 1452, issued by Pope Nicholas V. This bull granted Portugal the right to enslave sub-Saharan Africans. It gave European powers the religious justification to dominate and exploit African populations. Romanus Pontifex, 1455, also issued by Pope Nicholas V. This bull provided Portugal with further rights to expand its empire into Africa, particularly the African coastline, and to claim dominion over non-Christian lands. Inter Caetera, 1493, issued by Pope Alexander VI. This bull authorized Spain and Portugal to colonize the Americas and enslave indigenous populations. It also included African peoples within its sphere of influence, sanctioning the enslavement of Africans in the New World. These papal decrees formed the foundation for the doctrine of discovery, which allowed colonial powers to justify their conquests in Africa and the Americas. As long as the people they encountered were not Christian, European powers were granted the authority to subjugate them and claim their lands. This doctrine profoundly shaped the world's view of African peoples and their right to land and freedom. The doctrine of discovery provided the spiritual and legal foundation for the violent practices of colonialism and imperialism, directly contributing to the enslavement of millions of Africans, the destruction of cultures, and the ongoing legacy of inequality that would shape Africa and its diaspora for centuries. In modern times, the Vatican has repudiated these papal bulls, with Pope Francis condemning colonialism and neo-colonialism. In 2023, he went a step further by apologizing for the role that some Christian believers played in the colonization of Africa and the Americas, recognizing the harm caused by centuries of exploitation and violence in the name of Christianity. How does the legacy of these actions affect the world today? And how does it shape our understanding of Africa's religious and cultural history? The truth is, while the Vatican may have distanced itself from these practices, the historical consequences are still felt today, through the exploitation of African resources, the enduring stereotypes, and the lasting impact of colonialism.